Welcome back, everyone, to the Natty 19 podcast. I'm Jonathan Marshall, and we are back at it again for another night, continuing our ongoing Tomb of Annihilation adventure that we began so many moons ago. If you've been enjoying our podcast and you haven't left us a review on iTunes, please do. It only takes a moment, and each one helps us greatly. We also have a Patreon. You can find us there as Natty 19 Podcast. And from there, you can check out the various reward tiers that we have that can bring you some cool goodies like t-shirts, custom inspiration tokens, and handcrafted dice bags. So check it out. Let's bring in the music and get into this. Episode 87 of the Natty 19 Podcast. Four torches illuminate stone sphinxes crouched in the corners of this 15-foot-high room. The torches cast flickering light across hieroglyphs carved into the tiled floor. At the center of the room, a gold-inlaid funeral barge stands atop a 3-foot-tall stone dais. Resting on the deck of the barge is a small golden sarcophagus decorated with horned rabbits. A dark shaft opens in the ceiling directly above the barge. A slab of wall suddenly grinds upwards to the east, and a dwarf wearing a turban and chainmail creeps into the tomb. He brandishes a shield in front of him as he treads cautiously across the floor. A loud click sounds out as though the dwarf stepped onto one of the floor tiles. Then a deafening buzzing rises as locusts pour out from the mouths of the Sphinx statues, quickly engulfing him. He tries to fight them off to no avail. When the cloud of insects vanish, nothing of the dwarf remains except its bones and gear. Zaves. Now you're staring through the mask of this jackal. In between the fangs are only 2 to 3 inches wide.
So there's no way through?
Yeah, there's no way through it, really. And again, if you missed it, the tile all around this barge, the tile floor, has hieroglyphs of animal images and such. The dwarf stepped on one. Click. Boom. Dead.
So we saw them die because of the light. We saw them die because of stepping on something.
Sounds like the puzzle from Jin's tomb, or on the surface.
Jin Shrine.
Shrine. Thank you.
And this is his tomb.
The Jin was the Almirage, the horned bunny.
Zabel, do you see a vulture?
What type of hieroglyphs do I see? Can I make them out from where I'm standing or through the slots?
Through the slots, you can make out the ones in front of you. Let me see if I can finagle it, or at least describe the ones that you can see.
I was more wondering if he sees a vulture on the floor. The vulture is the first step.
That would make sense.
Yeah, you do. You can make out with the torchlight and everything like that. Let me go ahead and I can feel confident in sharing this.
And just out of curiosity, does the hole in the ceiling appear to be lined up with the hole from the statue above?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and give me an investigation check on that?
10.
A 10, it very well could line up with the bearded devil face in the floor with the darkness in its mouth.
Oh, wow.
Maybe we could pull a poltergeist, lower somebody down to the hole.
And where did the first guy die? The guy in the yellow turban?
Yep, he made it in 2 squares. His body is covering that, so you can't really make it out.
All right, but the other one, the guy in the chainmail, where did he make it to?
Oh, no, it's the same guy.
Oh, okay.
That was
only
I
one
thought
guy.
they were 2 different ones.
Nope, that was my recap.
That's the foot. He's on the foot.
So as you're looking through this mouth, Zavril, about a minute passes as you're examining the hieroglyphs. And then you blink, and again you see the stone block on the eastern side of the wall in there open, slides downward. The dwarf, no longer laying on the floor, walks in cautiously into the room with a shield ready.
Oh, interesting. Be confident. Be confident.
He doesn't seem to hear you. He walks slowly into the room, steps onto that second tile, and again, the locusts come out, tear his ass asunder.
I don't like
Was
that.
so he's holding the shield and the torch, right?
Yeah, I may have made up the torch part, but
Okay, never mind then.
So it's replaying.
it would appear it's replaying something.
Ew, I don't
Yep.
like it.
So we would have... I get it. It makes sense. I actually thought it was the other clue about the shadow, which is hence why I asked about the
torch. Gotcha.
But,
Now this
all
is
right.
the vulture.
I think I've seen all I need to see here.
All
Let
right.
us proceed.
What are you guys doing? The companions of Zavril Dawn Tracker.
I'm waiting
Zavril and
for.
his companions.
I'm waiting for a report from Zavril at the plaque.
Well, where we are now, we can't go forward, so...
I'm looking at the purple ooze and trying to decide whether or not it is threatening.
Doesn't appear to be threatening, but it does appear to be
Looking
voyeuristic.
back at you.
It does appear to. It definitely is following your movement, which is, in my opinion, a little unnerving.
It could be something else scrying through this ooze. Perhaps we're being watched.
You're obsessed with that scrying pool.
I didn't necessarily mean to that pool, but
Scrying in general.
You're obsessed with scrying. For
Scry,
scrying out loud.
It could be worse.
It's my party and I'll scry if I
All right.
want to.
I will give her a brief rundown of everything I saw. Seeing memories of a past warrior attempting to go into the
He
room.
wasn't a warrior. He looked like a cleric.
a
Whatever.
tomb guardian, some
Something.
type of guy going in there, describe his garb, explain that with the hieroglyphs on the floor, that it looks like he only made it to the second one, so we need to finish finding out the rest of the clues.
The thought of being stuck in some sort of death loop in this place disturbs me.
And then I will make my way towards the eastern wall and down towards the southern corridor.
All right, what are you guys doing? Are you following along?
Yeah, Cap will stay close to him.
All right.
I'll follow
Yep.
behind Cappy.
I'm gonna avoid not touching the slime.
you're going to
You-
avoid not touching it.
I'm not. Don't touch it. I'm not going to touch it.
Every step is
I'm going to avoid touching the goo.
Okay. Again, the goo, the eyes coming out at you, looking at you,
peering, leering.
Ogling.
Are they winking at me or blinking at me? Okay, you make it to that southern passage looking down the tunnel. It moves in 20 feet before it tees off to the left and to the right. And again, now there's another stone stairwell leading down even further, one more floor, down to level 4 from here.
Do we have a better picture of what's on the middle of the floor from here, or no?
Zavril, as you peer down over the balcony, at the bottom of the grand staircase, a resonant mechanical rumbling emanates from a dark shaft opening up in the middle of this chamber's floor. 4 cylindrical stone pedestals surround the shaft, each 10 feet tall, 5 feet wide, and featuring a tiny slot in its side. Squatting atop each pedestal is a large 4-armed gargoyle. Now each gargoyle is contained within a square made of metallic tiles embedded in the top of its pedestal. Starting with the northernmost pedestal and going clockwise, the tiles are copper, silver, gold, and platinum.
Bet we need 2 more keys.
Yeah, do the slots have any specific shapes to them?
Hard to see from this distance. You're going to have to go down there to check them out.
Alright. Man, I really hope those skeletons are not coming from that river. I'll say as I start to walk south down the corridor.
You move down all the way to the end. Looking to your right, you see it moves in about 15 feet and then it dead ends. You had to do a double take, but it looks like there's a little crawl space just in about 10 feet to the right. Now looking down to your left, long hallway. It's got to be at least 50, 60 feet long. Again, this purple ooze with the eyeballs everywhere. It's a little tricky with your mask on. You could definitely make out, what is that at the end? Maybe water? Maybe a thin layer of water on the floor.
Interesting.
There was a clue about water on the plaque, Zavril.
Yes, walk through the water. I remember, Aramay. Thank you.
No, with your weapon in hand, Zavril. Oh, great leader.
Now you're starting to win them over.
It's about time somebody finally pulled the bootstraps up and started leading this ragtag group.
You're welcome.
Alright. Is everyone here, or?
I imagine everybody is with you, is what I'm imagining.
Yeah.
Now, you guys got quite a few options in front of you now.
We're not going to just stand there with the eye stalks looking at
Yeah,
other
yeah.
people
Just having a staring
all by
contest.
ourselves.
What's in the
I
crawl
thought
space?
Svitlongi was still investigating the purple goo, looking at
I was
it.
doing that while you were while
Having
you were
a staring
fooling around.
contest.
Copernicus, peering into the crawl space, it's hard to really tell because it only moves in about maybe 12 feet before noodling off to the left.
Noodling.
Yeah. Bet this goes back to the room with the golem and the switch.
Perhaps.
Could we crawl through there if we wanted to?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Ooh, you doing it?
No.
Oh.
Go find out, does
Why?
it?
Why would there be a crawl space from that room to this tunnel? To this corridor? I don't know. But
Yeah, I don't know. That room is still a mystery. What do we keep calling it? I call it the composting room, but you call
Tumbler.
it the tumbler room. The tumbler room. Still a mystery.
Are there any secret corridors at the end of that?
I'll give it a look-see. It's a 14.
A 14, so you're checking for secret passages at the end of this hallway past the crawl space.
Correct.
And sadly, you don't find anything. Just more of those eyeballs watching your every move.
Stop looking at me.
They blink.
All at the same time, or are they a little offset?
Right, that's what I was wondering too.
When he says it,
Good
they all
question.
blink at the same time, but normally passively they blink individually.
Seems to be listening to us.
Alright, so do we want to go back to where the tomb guardians were, or do we want to try to proceed through the water?
Proceed.
I'm curious about the water.
I agree.
Oh, you guys are all curious about this water.
Maybe it's the end of the other water.
Alright, I will take my weapons out, or put my whips in my hands as we're walking through this corridor. But I'm actually gonna walk through this one kind of slow.
Why do you make me walk?
He's
through
moving
sludge?
one step at a time across, avoiding any of the purple sludge. Oh, what are you gonna do there? Ah!
Operation.
All right, Zaves, you make it to the end of the hallway unmolested, though
But-
you do feel that you were undressed with so many eyes.
I feel so violated.
Just burn these.
All right.
Now you want
As
to
I
burn them.
as I
I never
step into
disagreed.
the water, I'm going to make certain that both my whips are in my hands.
Irame will follow behind Zavril, stopping
Looks
before
like
the
a
water.
public pool.
All right, there's a lot to take in with this room, so bear with me.
I'm sorry, I'm not getting bare. There's too many things looking at me.
Ooh, Zavril brazenly enters the water.
Ugh.
Zavril, as you enter this chamber with the water, still puddles cover the floor of this 15-foot wide hallway. The walls are slick with moisture and set with murals showing animal-headed humanoids in armor, most of which appear to brandish real weapons hanging on the walls. A 3-foot-high crawlway in the east wall is flush with the floor. At the far end of the hall, a rippling, transparent curtain of water fills a stone archway. Beyond the curtain, you see another hallway that looks similar to the one in which you stand.
There's a way to crawl without having to go through the water.
I was going to ask if you think it wise, I could fly through this water and see what's ahead.
It would seem walking through the water may trigger an attack, which is why the clue was to suggest carrying weapons.
Okay, these murals and their weapons. From south to north, the warriors and their weapons in this hall are as followed. First and foremost, stork-headed males with hand axes. The crawlway that was mentioned is between their legs. Then next is a lizard-headed female. There's lizard-headed females with maces. Then
So hand axe, maces.
there's panther-headed males with blowguns. And then there are unarmed, hawk-headed females. After that, goat-headed males with sickles. And lastly, and this is just in this chamber here, on this side of the curtain of water. Lastly, frog-headed females with tridents. All right, and you, from where you're standing, you can't see, make out the details of the murals in the north hall beyond the curtain.
So did these weapons look like they can actually be removed?
Yes, they are real weapons, and they're hanging on hooks against the mural
Gotcha.
as though they're carrying them.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
only on one side of the wall? Like the walls aren't mirroring each other?
Yeah, they're on the one side, the eastern side.
Yeah, because it's underneath their legs. So I'm pretty sure that plaque didn't mean for us to use our own weapons. I'm sure it's referencing these hanging on the wall.
There's probably, I'd say, 6 of each of these statues, which means 6 of each of these weapons.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yep.
The room is filled with them.
Oh.
Yeah, I got it.
Or the walls, I should say, not the room. But there's
All right.
only, but the crawl space is only between one of the figures, the stork-headed males. The stork-headed male with hand axes. There's a crawlway between one of their legs.
How deep's the water? Like knee high?
Yeah, just a puddle.
Walk through
All
the
right.
water, weapon in hand. Do you think they refer to our weapons or their weapons?
Obviously, their weapons, Arame.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Just take a look down the tunnel.
The crawl space?
Yeah.
All right, again. This one moves in a little further before noodling off to the south.
Not what I expected.
No, I was hoping it would bypass the water.
Now I'm really curious as to where that goes. I have no idea what to make of this room with all the statues and the hanging weapons.
Well, at least we figured this clue out already.
Then demonstrate, Hunter.
Yeah, but are we to take one of each of the weapons? What does it mean?
Yes, I'm assuming that's exactly what it means. As we progress through there, we're going to come up against a panther or a frog, and we will need to have that weapon in hand.
What of the hawk-headed females that have no weapons?
Exactly what I was thinking.
What if the creatures on the wall animate?
Are you guys inspecting these things further while you're talking about them?
Are
Or
they
are
like
you?
full size? Like, is it just carved into the wall?
Yeah.
What
Irme wants, with each section, when there's
are they statues?
each
No, they're murals.
murals.
Oh,
Well,
mural.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
They're murals, but the weapons are real weapons hanging on
hangings.
hooks.
Yeah.
because there's more than one of each.
Yes.
Irme just wants to look quickly to see if there's any that stand out more than the rest in each section as to what weapons should be taken from the wall if that's what we choose to do.
All right, why don't you give me an investigation check?
Ugh. I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna re-roll it. I'm gonna use a bit of luck because that wasn't gonna get me anything. And that's a natty 19.
Oh, all right. Now we're getting somewhere. Irme, as you are investigating the murals, you discover on the unarmed hawk-headed female is a hidden alcove.
Well, would I have had to have walked up to it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just saying, I didn't say. I'll do that.
Oh, I thought you were investigating the murals.
Yeah. That is what I do.
This mural is illusory. And within the alcove, resting on a small little pedestal, is a crystal eye.
I found something here. If anybody else would like to take a look, I'm not sure what to do with it.
This one is a purple crystal eyeball.
It's purple and it's an eyeball. I believe it must relate
Try
to the
peering
purple
through
goop.
it.
I know, right?
Hold it up to the falling water and peer through it.
Okay. Irme will push her glasses.
Very nervous.
Irme will push her glasses up her nose, cautiously, tentatively reaching for the plinth.
Okay. You reach for it.
Still reaching.
Still reaching.
Still reaching.
And then a drow finger comes in the frame. Reaching with you.
You're still reaching.
Oh, well, then I grab it.
Okay. That's what I was waiting
I
for.
thought that was a given. But yes.
So yeah, you reach down and grab it. The drow finger swiftly disappears out of it. Retreats to its hovel.
Nasty oval.
How does it feel? Does it give off a sensation?
You don't feel anything out of the ordinary. It's a purple crystal eyeball.
It feels it's heavy. Feels like what a crystal ball might feel like, I suppose. Irme will step back and look at the murals now, maybe through the crystal.
The crystal eyeball is 1 inch in diameter.
Oh, it's tiny.
Mhm.
Well, she'll close one eye and hold it up to her glasses to look through it at the mural and also through the waterfall area just to see.
Nothing happens.
I have no idea what purpose this serves. I don't see anything different. Everything looks the same through it.
Yeah, that water. So looking up to the north, that where that water curtain is, it's. Clearly there's magic at work here. It appears to be a waterfall that's streaming down from the ceiling, from nowhere, really. And it's just creating a puddle. The water isn't oozing into the crawl space or leaving this hall. It's just stopping at the end of the hallway.
I think that's the water that we have to walk through with the weapon. Not the puddle. It's the curtain.
Oh, okay.
I think. I mean, that's just a guess.
So perhaps all of us grab one of these weapons and it'll allow us through? Perhaps in the order?
I do not know that it is barring us from passage, and nor do I venture to guess what advantage going through with a weapon may have, other than to ready us for combat. At this point, we are walking blindly.
We have nothing to go off.
All right, let's grab weapons.
Yes, perhaps the first person to go through should grab the trident from the frog, the first picture shown.
What was the
That's the
picture?
last
That
picture
was the
shown.
illusion where you found the
Oh, that's the last. Oh, my apologies. What?
Which one was the illusion where you found the
The illusion was the hawk-headed female that was carrying no weapon.
Oh, they were carrying no weapon.
No weapon.
All right. Yeah, I'll grab a trident.
All right, Zayril, you move up. You move up and grab one of the tridents. You are now standing a mere 10 feet from the waterfall.
We're doing this. Oh,
Cappy will just reach up and grab the hand axe because he's in front of the stork right now.
All right, Copernicus grabs a hand axe.
Oh, you guys already took all the good ones.
There's more.
May grabbed an eyeball.
There's
huh?
like
There's
si-
a mace, there's a blowgun, and there's a
there's-
sickle.
There's 6 of each.
Yeah, I know, but in case one of them, I don't know, in case they're wrong or something.
Perhaps one of
Face your
each.
fear.
Maybe one of us should dual wield.
I will take the sickle. Or maybe we should all have the same one.
Yeah, that might actually be smart.
what the hell are we doing here?
I don't know. I don't know.
We just have to pick a strategy and move forward with it.
Yes. So we either pick one of each weapon or we all choose the same weapon. Which should we do?
That's the same thing, Jeremy.
No,
No, that's two different things. Fearless leader.
we either have unique weapons. She's proposing we either have unique weapons or we all carry an identical.
Yeah, I got that.
Oh,
Oh, but you think it matters not?
No, I thought you said we either choose the same weapon or choose the same weapon, essentially. From the way I heard you.
I have no passionate feelings in either direction.
I already have the trident.
Let's all just grab one of each. We've already got a hodgepodge.
you're gonna carry.
I'm like,
That many weapons?
Like, fuck it.
No. You grab the sickle. I'll
Oh,
grab
I
the
see what you're saying.
hand axe.
You have the trident?
Yes.
So trident, hand axe, and sickle. So Irame will grab a mace and a blowgun. And we'll have one of each. And also, should I carry the eye through? Do you think that could be? Okay.
I would keep
How many
the eye.
hands you got?
Do we have
The
the...
eye's small. She could. Oh, you
You
mean
could
have it
pocket
in your
the
hand?
eye.
Yeah, I know I can pocket the eye. Just, it's saying carry. I don't
Should
want
you
that
wield
to...
it?
Yeah.
She brandish it. I gotcha. Yeah. So what's the plan going forward?
Let's go in order.
Yeah, Zavril first.
Zavril steps up to the waterfall, trident in hand.
Oh, should we? What about the order of the? Are you talking about order of the weapon in the room?
Well, the trident is the furthest north,
Closest to the waterfall.
closest to the waterfall.
Right.
The hand axe is the furthest.
Well, I want it to be last.
Well, you should have thought about that. Maybe you
okay.
should have wrote those weapons down like everybody else.
Okay, Zavril.
You
now
guys are
that-
writing them down. It's a waste of lead.
Zavril, standing where you're at right now, you notice it's a mirror image staring through it, right? So the order in which the murals are in the northern passage begins with the frog-headed females with tridents, then the goat-headed males with sickles, then the unarmed hawk-headed females and the panther-headed males with the blowguns, and so on and so forth.
So I would argue that the trident should go first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So you're not really arguing because nobody's
Yeah.
disagreeing.
Very well could have been an argument.
I would propose.
So wait, she would argue. Should anyone oppose?
Hold on a minute. If it's wait a minute. If it's a mirror, so the mirror image though, it's you mean. I'm a little bit confused about that. I apologize. So when we go
Just
through the
think of
curtain,
mirror.
when we go through the curtain, the first image on our right is an image of a frog trident. Okay, yes. So the trident should go first. Apologies.
All right.
All right, stop being so argumentative, Airman. Let me go forward.
I'm sorry.
That's right. You tell her.
I'm sorry.
All right, I will walk up to the waterfall, take a deep breath, and then walk through it. Holding the trident in hand.
There he goes, the last of his kind. Too weird to live, too strange to die.
I would laugh like hell if the trident just dropped to the ground and Zavril's gone. Just,
Where's Airmay flying to?
No, that's
Or
Spitlongi.
Spitlongi.
Zavril, you step through, trident in hand, and you come out on the other side, now in the northern passage. Not at all different than the south passage.
Is there a place to hang his weapon?
It's
No.
yeah, like it's. So are the murals still on the walls though?
Yes, the mural.
All the way down.
Yep, it's an exact replica.
I'm waiting to see if there's another
out of
crystal eye.
curiosity, I am going to take a couple steps forward, but I want to walk over towards where the exact spot that the hidden wall, or the eye was.
So the hawk-headed female.
Okay. Can I move your... Okay, you got it.
Yeah, you can move it if you want. Oh shit, it's up that far, huh?
Ooh, an eyeball.
All right, Zavril, you are in a trap. No, just kidding. All right.
Oh god!
Just like before, this mural is illusory, and you're able to, as soon as you put your hand through it, it disappears, it shimmers and disappears, and revealing again another crystal eye. This one is green, a bright green crystal eye.
Ooh.
I'm going to reach out with one of my hands and grab it.
All right, you managed to successfully grab the green crystal eye.
All right.
What was next on the weapon list?
Next.
After the trident?
Sickle.
Sickle.
All right, Spitlongi will gracefully move through the water curtain.
Gracefully.
Gracefully, sickle in hand.
Irme, what did you do last? Irme, what did you do last? Did you take the crystal eye, or did you grab a weapon? I can't remember. Grabbed a weapon?
Yeah, I
That's
took the
crystal
sickle
eye
eye
first,
first,
okay.
and then grabbed. I actually grabbed the mace and the
Bow gun.
blowgun.
Okay.
So I would be next with
Alright.
all three of those items.
Okay.
So Irme will move through the water curtain.
All right.
After Spitlongi.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, after Spitlongi?
Yeah.
Wait.
Spitlongi's going first?
Yep.
What the fuck?
You missed it.
I missed it.
Gracefully move through with the sickle.
I gracefully moved through unmolested with the sickle.
Unmolested.
And I rolled a 20 in case anything.
Yeah. Found a magic item. There's always treasure behind a waterfall.
All right, Spitlongi, as you move through, sickle raised high, the waterfall erupts
Oh.
as a fierce wave flowing north and south pushes its way through the chamber violently. Anybody who's caught within it, which I see as Svetlangi, Irame, and Copernicus, must make a DC 15 strength saving throw.
Oh,
Strength?
this is not going to happen.
Yeah,
Come on, buddy.
That is
All
a high
together
die
now?
roll that I need. I got to shake it more.
Yeah, what do we have to...
This is gonna be hard, man.
Wait,
I
a
think
DC
you guys
15?
are straight
I have
up.
a -1.
I have a -1 as well.
I have a +1. Let's go.
Damn it.
12.
Do I
for
keep what's on the floor?
Copernicus.
It's crack die. No, you re-roll.
Yeah, crack die.
Is it cracked if it's actually face up? Because it landed on a natural 20. That was
Oh.
all that rolling that I did.
You just blew it.
Oh,
I
that's
know,
shaking.
now it's all blown.
Yeah.
It's not my
No,
call.
it
I don't
doesn't
know. I
count.
don't know.
It's not my call to make, but going forward, any of them that fall on the
we should
floor
make
is
a
going to
roll,
be
yeah.
it's going to be a count.
No, let's not do that.
Okay.
You don't want to do that?
I don't
So-
want to do that.
Okay, so roll on the table.
All right. All right, I failed.
All right.
With a 3.
All right, so whoever failed is
Oh shit.
smashed against the far wall, taking 14 bludgeoning damage.
I got a 15. Is that a pass or a fail?
That's a pass.
That's a pass, but you still take half damage on a so you take 7 damage.
Wait, the DC was 15?
Yeah, the DC was 15.
Oh, okay.
The damage was 14.
14 of those who fail, 7 of those who passed.
Did I see a wave at all?
Absolutely, Zavril. The wave just barely missed you because you were in the alcove taking the crystal.
Oh, what the hell was that?
The hell was that?
did we go in the wrong order? Did we? Why didn't it happen when Xavier went through?
Perhaps only the trident will get us through successfully. It is the weapon of water people.
This is true. This is a very obvious thing that I didn't think of.
Don't you guys,
I mean, it was a frog.
you guys give that a try. I'll wait in the corridor here. Come on, Wongo.
Are you guys coming? Stop messing around.
All right,
Quit
Copernicus.
making waves.
Copernicus
Yeah,
squeezes
right.
his ass in the crawl space. Who's going next? What's going on?
Svetlangi will...
Did you make it? No.
She'll put the scythe away, back on the wall, grab a trident.
Try again.
Yeah. She'll look a little flustered, so she'll move with more purpose and less grace this time.
All right, Svetlangi takes a trident from the wall, approaches the waterfall.
I hope this works.
Irme's
My
going.
-1 strength.
is still within the water.
Irme's going to move a step back and watch what happens.
Okay. Svetlangi, you move through.
You hear the rough sounds of waves. Oh,
And nothing happens.
All right. Irme will do the same. She'll hang up her blowgun and her mace and grab a trident.
Wait, I wonder if I could make an illusory wave.
And attempt to move through.
Okay. Yep. Irme, you managed to make it through with the trident.
And she'll yell through the curtain for Copernicus to hang his weapon and grab
Wait.
a trident.
did you put the eye back too, or
No,
did
I
you
have the
sell
eyeball. Copernicus, return your other weapon and grab a trident. It's the only way through.
I like how she assumes that you didn't
I
figure it
didn't
out.
fucking know. Yeah.
Well, you're in the tunnel. You're dicking off.
All wet.
Probably talking to your fucking monkey.
You're all wet and shit.
Yeah, Cappy will hang up the hand axe, grab a trident.
Zabril
nothing.
will step out of the alcove again, nice and dry.
What are you guys doing?
Why are you guys all wet?
Shall
All
we
right.
proceed?
And Copernicus, you make it through again. And you are all now on the northern section.
Let us move forward then
Yep.
Moving west.
toward the Almirage.
All right, again, like the room below, a crawl space, another one.
Ooh,
This
that
one
one's
noodles to the north.
that one's more intriguing to me. Perhaps it noodles to the north, and we
let's get eyes
gets us
on it.
further to the Almirage.
Ooh,
Yep,
Ooh.
noodles.
could kind of see the end of something.
Looks like it opens up down there.
It's almost cheating.
Well, what's down the corridor to the west? Zavrel's looking down.
Let me get to it now. Yeah, so looking down. Okay, so on this side, once again, you got the crawl space, and a hallway exits to the west, moves in 15 feet, which is different from the bottom one, and then it continues north. More of that purple sludge sticks to the wall and floor.
Do you think the purple crystal eye, could have anything to do with the purple sludge with the eyeballs in it?
I don't imagine.
Zavrel's has a green eye.
If we, you didn't even know I took it.
You weren't even there.
Well, we would have known somebody took it because
Because the illusionary thing would be gone.
yeah,
The
we would
mural.
have checked. I mean,
Yeah, shit like that, I just assume because to move things along, you know.
so you could choose to keep it a secret, but we would know that we would know that it's
Unless,
missing.
like, while you're doing it, you're like, yeah, I'm keeping this a secret. Then let's just assume we all know what's going on, you know. Because I mean, if you want to keep it a secret, fine. But
Well, no. When they had said that, I was gonna make a comment. Well, if you happen to find some green sludge, let me know. And I was gonna hold up the green eye.
oh,
And then you made your comment, so I was like, "Fuck."
All right. So what do you guys do next? You made it through the water curtain.
I don't know.
I'm not
there's
quite
a
feeling
passageway.
comfortable moving through these tiny little crawl spaces.
No,
just yet.
let's continue down the passageway.
The crawl spaces are fucking awesome. You know what I mean? Like, that's just terrifying. Nobody
Yes,
wants
exactly.
to do that shit. It's like going in
Terrifying.
water. It's like it's like the river on floor 1. You know, no one's touching that shit.
Excuse me. We're going back there. I'll wait till everyone's asleep and do it myself.
I think this is a great. The Tomb of Annihilation is a great dungeon all around. They really encompass a lot of those innate human fears and shit. You know.
Right. All right. I will poke my head around the corner.
All right, Zavril boldly moves in.
I want to know what's down this one crawl space, though. It seems like it opens up to
Yeah,
something.
I want to know too.
Only because you see a feature at the end of it.
Yeah, but I see a corridor that branches off to the right up here.
Yeah, that might go to the safe spot
Yeah, I'll
without
fall.
crawling.
Yeah. I'll stay on Zavril's tail.
You're-
All right, Zavril,
No.
turning up the passage to the north moves up maybe 30 or 40 feet or so. The passage opens up to the right, and then the hall continues forward. And at the end of the hall, it moves left. It opens up to the left.
From
So
what
you-
I remember about the vision looking into that room, can I assume that it was that'd be where it'd be connected? Because I mean, I saw him coming in from the
yeah.
right hand side of the room, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yep. It's fairly fresh in your mind.
Yeah, it's still replaying over and over again.
Yeah.
That loop.
Yeah, up there on the end, moving left. Yeah, you can only assume that continuing onward should take you to the room
Right,
with the
should.
funerary barge.
So Copernicus, you're so interested to going down the right tunnel. How about you explore that path up there?
Well, it does say right to the gods.
It does.
What's down there?
Which are you talking about the crawl space or the
No.
passage up
Passage.
beyond
passage.
beyond Zavril? All right, so
the passage.
making your way up, you see it only goes in 5 feet, and there's a door blocking the way forward.
Stone door, wood door.
Irme will move up to behind Copernicus and let's check for traps.
It just says a door, so I'm going to go ahead and say it's an old hardwood door.
So I'll assist
Nice.
you in checking for
Yeah, any
anything
obvious traps?
Yep.
It's a 19.
19. You don't find any traps.
Is it locked?
I'm going to go ahead and say no, it's not locked.
Handcrafted by gnomes over 3,000 years ago.
Made in China.
Ancient hardwood door with iron strapping. Let's call it that.
Let's quietly open it.
All right, you open the door.
I'm gonna also put down the trident and sword and board.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, clear.
Yeah, you discard the trident.
Just hang it
Clangs
next
to
by the door.
It clangs to the floor. All right, this room opens up another 15 by 15 foot room, a little square. In the center of it is a font. Everyone looks down at it. Everyone's head snap out of their yawns down to their paperwork. The chamber,
Ew, it's Ariel.
the chamber contains a stone font filled with a steaming green liquid. Beyond it, a shadowy figure stands at an open door on the far side of the room. The figure's back is toward you.
Who goes there?
Slake. How are we going to slake the shadow?
perhaps by
Throwing water.
I still don't even know what the hell slake means.
well,
so.
is that font
It's like to satisfy
like-
your thirst.
is green, is it not? Maybe the green eye should be tossed into the
The font itself appears to hold like 5 gallons of liquid.
green liquid, or is that just
It's a
what
green
colored?
hot soup of sorts, soupy liquid.
hot soup. Yeah,
Copernicus,
Cappy's
as you
the only
open the door and you saw this shadowed figure, you can see its hand actually. As you open the door and let go of the handle, its hand also does the same thing on the door in front of him.
Drink from the water, Copernicus.
Are you an animation or?
Does it appear to be like another golem? Or
Nope, and as you're talking to him, you can see that its motion is identical to your own.
Oh, that's creepy.
Drink from the fountain.
Fucking spit longy.
You must slake the thirst of the shadow.
Be my guest.
I'm afraid that it is
It's
mimicking
already
you.
attached to you.
well, Cappy steps around the corner and
I
somebody
knew-
else steps up.
If I knew your cowardice would get in the way of progress, then yes, I would have gone first.
When somebody else stands in the doorway, does their shadow appear?
As you step back, the shadowy figure then takes a step back and is now in front of the font.
Maybe perhaps in this position make the motion of drinking, Copernicus.
You guys really want to send me in there?
Well, no, perhaps you don't have to go in. If you make the motion of drinking, perhaps the shadow will drink from the font.
Oh, yeah, it's a good idea.
Are you doing that?
Yeah.
You turn around with your back to the room and you mime as though drinking from the font. And you guys see the shadowy figure duplicating his movements, and he slurps up the soup. Now, once the font is drained completely, you guys notice at the bottom of the bowl a crystal orange eyeball is revealed.
Fucking awesome.
Another one.
I wonder how long Copernicus had to sit there pretending to drink.
Is it
For the
working?
shadow to get 5 gallons of green soup.
It took it's 5 pints per round.
I mean, shit. Did I attune my shit in that time?
So it's an orange one, huh?
Yep.
Well, now I feel left out. Everyone has an eye.
I'm sure there's
Except-
another one in there
Except me.
somewhere.
So what does this?
So those of you who watched this happen, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, shit.
15.
13.
All right.
13 seems like so weak, but it's like, could pass.
Svitlongi with a 13. Aramay, what'd you get?
15.
15.
15's generally pretty solid.
Yeah, I was gonna re-roll just in case, but yeah.
And then I think Zavril was hanging back.
Zebra hung back. Okay. Svitlongi, you see this creature's face, and within the darkness, a horrific image locks you. In a silent scream, its mouth opens. And it's still doing its thing. It's like an illusion. But when you look at its face, you're overcome with the psychic scream.
The
Oh,
scream.
wait. Let's. I always forget to do this. Is this a magical effect? I do have advantage on magic effects.
Ah, that's right.
For my saving throws.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a magical effect for sure.
Well, you get one more roll.
So
then.
yeah, give me an advantage on that.
All
with
right.
that.
Here's the other roll. That's better. 19.
19. So something definitely happens. You see the image in its face. Terrifying image, but then you quickly overcome the feeling of dread. You pull yourself together.
I thought we lost you there for a second.
If I would have been of a lesser race, then perhaps you would have.
And we'll see you next time on the Natty 19 podcast.
Yeah, let's just end it on my, like, racial supremacy remark.
Jesus, there's so much writing for that little room.
But I just earlier today when I was leveling up and looking at my character,
Drinking the.
I was like, shit, I don't know if I ever used my advantage against magic saves.
I know, you guys figured that one out fast.
Christy did right away.
Like, what the fuck? You guys are stuck on the trident through the waterfall for 20 minutes, but yet this one, the mime? Dude,
Well, that one was like, well, I think that was easy, right? Like, it's a shadow. We need to get the shadow to drink.
Right.
It's just a question of how to control the
I don't know if I would have guessed it that easy. Weird.
I was feeling some peer pressure there. You guys are like, go in and drink it. Fucking coward, go in and get it. I was like, do not want to send Cappy into this room.
Fundamentally, we had to get the shadow to drink.
Right.
And I thought it was mirroring